This is Fieldsports Channel News. 4 shooting organisations have joined forces to fight wild justice. The wildlife group requested a judicial review against UK Environment Department DEFRA on the legality of game bird releases in certain areas. Basque Countryside Alliance, Game Farmers Association and the National Gamekeepers Organisation have applied to become interested parties in the proceedings. Wild Justice claims that releasing birds could damage a European protected site and that no game bird releasing should be allowed unless there's an assessment of the potential impact on the area. Basque says the case has direct consequences for thousands of its members and supporters, and Wild Justice is endangering the very wildlife and environment which they claim to be interested in protecting. This weekend's West of England Game Fair has been cancelled. Organisers said that following UK government advice about social distancing, they decided to call off the event. Disappointed followers on Facebook said they made the right decision. The organisers added they were waiting for government advice as to what happens next. As this programme goes out, the organisers of the Essex Masters, the traditional opener of the UK clay shooting season, says its event will go ahead next week. The hunting office has halted trail hunting because of coronavirus. Director Tim Easby says hunt meets will cease for the remainder of the season. He adds it will not be a popular decision, but hunting cannot be seen to carry on when other social, cultural and sporting activities have been cancelled. The French Société de Vénerie has made the same decision. The Northern Shooting Show has also been postponed. Organisers say the decision comes after the government announced that mass gatherings would not be supported by the emergency services. The event in May has been pushed back to the 28th and 29th of August. Tickets for May will still be valid for the new dates. Dog owners have been told to make sure that animals behave in the New Forest. Forestry England and Hampshire Police issued the warning after reports of dogs chasing and harassing deer, in some cases injuring them. Bournemouth Daily Echo says that even deer witnessing attacks can die from shock. Forestry Chief William Wolseley has called for culls to protect Britain's trees. He told The Times rabbits, hares and other animals should be shot to help tree planting, adding that grey squirrels should be renamed tree rats so people see them as pests instead of cute, fluffy animals. Wolseley's interview followed Prime Minister Boris Johnson's promise in November to boost tree planting over the next 5 years. He said Johnson's plans would not work without widespread culls. Barratt Homes is paying £400,000 to rehome 10 songbirds. The developer was sent the bill after a plan for 187 homes near Paignton in Devon was approved. Part of the deal was the company's pledge to pay £437,500 to find new homes for 5 pairs of Searle buntings. Wild boar in the Forest of Dean are looking for domestic pleasures. According to conservation charity The Boring Truth, they're now wandering into villages seeking food after losing their fear of humans. The group blames wildlife photographers, accusing them of feeding and taming the animals so they can get good shots. Now the animals see humans as a source of food, which has led to complaints from locals. Forestry England says that feeding wild boar is both illegal and bad for their health. A South Tyneside man has been in court for keeping a rifle cartridge on his mantelpiece because it looked cool. 31-year-old Robert Marley avoided 5 years in prison after convincing magistrates at South Tyneside Magistrates Court that he had no malicious intentions. The unemployed man was told the item posed more danger to him than anyone else because of where he put it. Marley said he found the cartridge 8 years ago among possessions left behind by an old flatmate. He was given a 6-month conditional discharge and ordered to pay £40 court costs and £21 victim surcharge. Salmon farmers are taking a battering from travel bans. Prices of the fish have tumbled, with Norwegian salmon producer Mowi leading the decline. Its shares on the Oslo and Santiago Stock Exchange plummeted, one of the largest single-day drops in 30 years, according to Instrafish website. Analysts say demand for Norwegian farmed salmon may decline in the US in the wake of a travel ban from Europe. A spokesperson for the Scottish Salmon Producers Organisation told the website the situation is likely to get worse. US-based Safari Club International is warning hunters about custom restrictions. Anti-coronavirus measures means US citizens should reconsider travel abroad after 27 Americans were quarantined in Argentina. It said South Africa had also cancelled visas for US nationals and other countries affected by COVID-19. The organisation said SCI members should check with the US State Department before making travel plans. Rat farmers in China are also suffering as a consequence of the pandemic. Bloomberg says authorities are cracking down on the industry, which they originally encouraged to ease poverty. Beijing has banned trading wild animals to try to control the coronavirus outbreak, but this could destroy the livelihoods of hundreds of thousands of rat farmers. Rat farming requires little investment and yields quick profits, as the animals eat bamboo and sugarcane and don't need much space to breed. A rat can produce up to 2 kilos of meat, which can be stewed, used in soups or barbecued. 2 Swedish farmers have spotted a massive wolf. Sanna Andersson says she and her husband were visited by the wolf, which came as close as 50 metres from them while they were out walking their dog. Sanna called the animal something out of the ordinary. Thanks to Per Holmseth for the story. An Australian gun shop has been denied credit by one of the country's biggest banks. The National Australian Bank has decided to close business banking accounts and credit facilities linked to firearms, even though they're legally operated businesses. NAB sent a notice of accounts and services closure letter to Queensland dealer Smithy's Guns and Ammo. The closure follows similar situations with other Australian banks. A study has shown that domestic cats are up to 10 times deadlier than wild predators of a similar size. Cats generally hunt within 100 metres of their homes, so the effect on wildlife is highly concentrated, according to research published on ZSL Animal Conservation website. Researchers from North Carolina State University and North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences monitored GPS data from nearly 1,000 pet cats, while their owners reported how many animals they took home. Professor Roland Kays, who led the research, says cats in North America kill from 10 to 30 billion wildlife animals per year. And finally, from cats to dogs. A fruit-fancying coyote was caught on camera in Southern California. We know people are becoming a lot more health conscious these days, but coyotes? Well, this photo from the Santa Monica Mountains Recreation Area proves it. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.